Hello friends, welcome to the platform of Darshanik IAS. This is Akshay Kadam. So guys, today on this platform of Darshanik IAS, we are going to discuss UPSC Mains 2023 paper of ethics. So we will discuss guys one sample question from this ethics paper and we'll discuss the entire answer of that question. So what you supposed to write the content of that question. So guys, in previous recordings, I already discussed question number 1. Okay, and its entire answer about moral integrity, professional efficiency and its relation with corporate governance. So now we'll discuss from section A, question 1B. Okay, so from section A, question 1B was about international aid. So let's see the question and what model answer you're supposed to write. So guys, international aid is an accepted form of helping resource-challenged nations. Comment on ethics in contemporary international aid and support your answer with suitable example. So here they are talking about that many international aid programs work to help resource challenged nations, and when they help those resource challenged nations, okay, comment on ethics in contemporary international aid. Okay, which ethical parameter or on what ethical parameters you supposed to give that international aid. And while giving that international aid, okay, you need to justify that or support your points with some answer that are there any organization which are following this ethical principle while providing or giving the international aid. Okay, so what your answer should be. So here guys, this question is very easy that about international aid. So every question student who has cracked prelim writing mains, okay, going to have enough data to write answer to this question. So obviously all good marks if you want to get, you need to perform better than others, then you need to come up with more and more pointers. Okay, think more different ways that how you can ensure ethical parameters in international aid. Okay, and also think about some examples to support your answers. So 3-4 examples if you manage to give, that is enough. So largely give multiple parameters of ethics in international relation and then support your answer with it. So key aspects of ethics in international aid. The first aspect is humanitarian principle. Okay, largely the help that is given in international aid is based on humanitarian perspective, that we all belong to one humanity, or Vasudev Kutumbakam, what we call in India. So we all belong to one single humanity. We are all human beings related with each other like universal brotherhood parameter. And this is the most important parameter of ethics in international aid, that is humanitarian principle. And so to implement that humanitarian principle, there are many organizations who provide international aid based on this principle, that is United Nations High Commission for Refugees. So this United Nations High Commission for Refugees, which gives this or provides this international aid and other support facilities for the refugees from war-torn countries or refugees from countries who suffered any climatic change or drastic climatic tragedy to help them. तो आपका international aid, so humanitarian principle एक first parameter है in international aid. Then assistant with neutrality and impartiality. This is the second parameter. Now whenever you are giving any international aid, you need to give that international aid without any strings attached, okay, without any political biases, or because that nation that you are helping, okay, should align with you politically or belongs to a alignment that you follow. Okay, on this kind of parameter, international aid should never be given. So another ethical parameter in international aid is impartiality and neutrality. Okay, you need to provide help irrespective of any conditions. For example, in 71 Bangladesh war, lot of refugees came to our border, and we helped them by providing the aid, etc. And we also then engaged in the Bangladesh war. So irrespective of caste, class, religion, community, nation, political alignment biases, okay, whatever help you give internationally to a resource challenged nation should be given with the complete impartiality and neutrality. Then, so assistant with neutrality and impartiality. So providing assistance based on need, that whether if that nation needs it, then we should give it. Impartiality with neutrality, without any strings attached. So giving aid without any discrimination. that they're supposed to vote for you in international flora, etc., or building good relations so they will help you one day later. This kind of fear, what do you call, this kind of back channel should not be operating while giving the international aid. So it should be completely neutral and without any political or other biases. Okay, and such aid should be without any political biases or so on. So for example, Doctors Without Borders. Okay, so Doctors Without Borders is an organization. तो यहीं पे मैं example दे रहा हूँ to support, क्योंकि they said support your answer with suitable examples. तो 2-3 points में I will add the example itself. तो मैंने बोला 3-4 example आप दे पाओ, that's enough. So ये जो organization है Doctors Without Borders, okay, go to every country, doesn't matter who is right and wrong, whether Russians are right and wrong or Ukraine right and wrong, they go and help, okay, the soldiers of any country who suffered, or civilians who suffered casualties. So Doctors Without Borders is another example of providing this assistance with neutrality and impartiality in international aid. Then third point is unconditional aid, ensuring sovereignty and independence of the country. Okay, ये भी बहुत important है. While giving aid, you should be unconditional. Okay, now just to explain this point. Now few years back, India wanted to buy Rafale fighter planes. Now when India went to international market to buy this 5th generation fighter aircrafts, many countries came up with their models to sell their products, in which we chose Rafale of France. But London, British government was also there in the process to offer India their 5th generation fighter aircraft. But we found this French fighter craft much better than the Russian one, than British one. So when that happened and French got this multi-billion-dollar contract, then British one minister issued a statement, okay, that if India now could afford to buy such a multi-billion-dollar aircrafts, giving such a big deals in contract, then why are we providing this aid to India? So British government gives aid to most of the countries that they colonized, and their minister was saying why we should give them aid अगर उनके पास अब इतना पैसा है that they can give such a big military contracts. Okay, so why you were giving aid? Out of humanitarian concern or to pay back for your colonization में जो आपने damages किए, okay, to pay back for them out of moral responsibility? Are you giving aid on this parameter? और you are giving aid, so कल आपको सारे foreign contracts मिले या resources हमारे country के हम उनको ही बेचें. So no, if you want to give aid, international aid, then you need to protect the dignity of that nation, okay, and along with that, you need to protect sovereignty, independence. Yes, you want to give India aid, you can give, but India will decide independently as a sovereign nation to whom buy its 5th generation fighter aircrafts. So बहुत सारा आंसर गाइस, इट्स नॉट दैट कि आपको इथिक्स के क्लास में कोई पढ़ाएगा. बहुत सारे आंसर्स यू नीड टू जनरेट ऑन स्पॉट देन एंड देयर. ओके, एंड सो ये जो है कि अनकंडीशनल एड, इंश्योरिंग सोवरिटी एंड इंडिपेंडेंस. तो यू नीड टू बी सोवरिन इंडिपेंडेंट नेशन एंड ensure that resource country independent sovereignty is protected. You give the aid unconditionally. तो ये भी एक सेकंड पैरामीटर है, अनकंडीशनैलिटी. Then transparency and accountability in the allocation and utilization of the aid. फिर आप जो भी aid दे रहे हो should be given in a transparent manner, in a accountable manner. तो आप जो भी aid दे रहे हो, okay, money that you are giving and where it is getting used should happen everything with the transparency and accountability. Okay, ऐसा नहीं कि resource rich country, resource challenged country या war torn country जिसको हम ये aid दे रहे हैं, they are all diverting the that aid money from poor people to their mafias or all corruption or criminal syndicates are appropriating those resources. Then or yeah, warlords in Africa appropriating all those resources. So that shouldn't happen, and the aid that is being given should reach the deserved individual of that country. And for that, every international aid that you are giving should be on ethical parameter of transparency and accountability. Okay, there should be a legal frameworks in place to ensure transparency, accountability. So legal aid that people are contributing philanthropically out of their own pockets should reach the deserved candidate of that particular country. And that's why, so Red Cross and Red Crescent movement, ये जो movements है guys, these Red Cross, Red Crescent movements, they ensure that whatever international aid that is being given to different countries, okay, goes there with the transparency, and there is accountability. It doesn't get wasted, etc. And proper targeting happens while delivering this aid efforts. So transparency and accountability is another parameter. So till now, for this simple question, जो आपको 150 word में लिखना है, I have given you 4 principles or parameters of international aid: humanitarian principle, neutrality and impartiality, unconditionality and protecting sovereignty and independence, and then transparency and accountability. So 4 points you already written, 4 more you add, and that will be enough. Perfect answer. And here already I have given 3 examples, okay, to support my answer. Okay, so 3-4 examples will be enough. So 8-9 points and 3-4 example, that will be a best answer. Then long-term perspective, guys. Okay, then whatever aid you are giving, okay, generally when you give aid on humanitarian principle, we give it to in a short term, that to immediately address the grievance, immediately help them out, whatever problem they are facing. So to help them immediately to deal with the issue, to address the issue, or because systematic gaps or organizational structures जो भी problematic है या जो core issue है underlying that crisis, उसको address करना will be very problematic या short term में नहीं हो सकता. So most of the international aid we give in as to the vulnerable people, to the affected people in a immediate manner, in short term perspective. But while giving aid, we should not only give aid from short term perspective. Okay, aid should also take into account the long-term perspective. Are we building capability of those people so they become self-reliant? Are we improving their agency, capabilities, etc.? So, and whether we are ensuring that these people address their core problem and get free from these international aid efforts. They don't have to take any international aid in future. So are we improving their capabilities? Are we improving giving aid with this perspective also? So while giving international aid, another ethical parameter that we need to consider is ensuring this long-term perspective. That is aid to ensure long-term sustainable development. Okay. So isme guys, this Green Climate Fund, UNICEF, okay, most of this organization, okay, UNICEF or Green Climate Fund, they give the aid, okay, so that local community, okay, will improve its own functioning, operation, etc. in a sustainable manner and in a long-term perspective. So, ये भी एक example है that parameter of long-term perspective. Then, justifiable motives, intentions, and funding sources and how aid is distributed and used. Then, आप जो aid दे रहे हो should be based on justifiable motive. Okay. तो ये जो इथिक्स में थियरीज है नॉर्मेटिव इथिक्स में, दैट इज वर्च्यू इथिक्स, कॉन्सिक्वेंशियलिस्ट इथिक्स एंड डिओंटोलॉजिकल इथिक्स. सो व्हाट डिओंटोलॉजिकल इथिक्स ऑफ कांत, गांधी और भगवद गीता also advocates karma theory, duties. So they say that while taking or doing any action, your means, motive, intention, will behind action, that should be justifiable. Okay, with what intention or with what will you perform that action, will behind the action, motive behind the action, that matters more. So same way, while giving international aid, okay, you should be giving that international aid on a justifiable motive, okay, on justifiable intention, okay, और जो भी आप फंडिंग कर रहे हो, फंडिंग ऑफ सोर्सेस एक्सेट्रा, एंड हाउ एड इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, फिर वो जो कंट्रीज को आप सारी एड दे रहे हो या जो कंट्रीज में आप एड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हो या आफ्टर गिविंग एड टू अ पर्टिकुलर कंट्री उसके लोगों में जो एड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हो, okay, it should be based on right intention or right ethical parameters. So there should be equitable distribution of that aid and resources. और जो aid दे रहे, okay, you need to ensure that it is being used also for a justifiable matters. कि आप जो aid दे रहे हो किसी country को, it is being used for wrong reasons or in unethical manner, okay, that should not be there. So your intention, okay, should be justifiable while giving aid, while distributing aid, and while aid is getting used, okay, it should be getting used for a justifiable reason. So this justification of intent, okay, ये भी एक बहुत important ethical parameter है while giving international aid. Then aid to ensure agency and compatibility development instead of dependency creation. फिर आप जो aid दे रहे हो, okay, should go while developing the agency, capability of the people. यही point था कि एड शुड बी गिवन इन लॉन्ग टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव, हमें हमेशा देनी ना पड़े. And while giving aid in long term perspective, then we need to improve agency, capability of the people, make them self-reliant, make them free, independent. Okay, so economic independence उनका ensure करना, empower करना, skill development etc. करना. So aid should not only address the symptoms, aid should address the core problem. Okay, so aid should not create dependency of any form. And rather, international aid should ensure development of agency capability and make these people self-reliant. And then, while giving aid, guys, you need to ensure that people to whom you are giving aid, their opinion is considered, okay, their feedback is considered, or they made participant in the decision-making process, okay. Or by debating, discussing with them, we can understand that who needs more aid, who needs less aid, or whatever aid is being given, how these people can effectively use it and get more better outcome, better results. And that's why ensuring participation of the local community, ensuring participation of the people receiving aid, or ensuring the government or country to whom you are giving aid, that country is made stakeholder in the decision making process. So by that way, you can ensure efficient and effective use of the international aid. So participation of aid receiving local communities and governments in decision making process is also very important parameter of international aid. And that's what, okay, this Grameen Bank's microcredit model. तो ये जो ग्रामीण बैंक है gives aid, okay, to finance the local communities. So ये ग्रामीण बैंक का जो माइक्रो फाइनेंस क्रेडिट मॉडल है, this micro finance credit model of Grameen Bank ensures that aid goes to the last affected person and they are made stakeholder. So by doing that, this microfinance gets channelized and local community gets empowered. Okay, so that way you should be ensuring their participation, और इससे you ensure there is no dependency creation, उनका agency capability हो रहा है, and that ensures the long term perspective. You give the aid with the long term perspective. तो ये भी, और मैंने 4 पैरामीटर्स जो आपको दिए. सो अभी तक हमने 8 पैरामीटर्स दिए. ओके, आप 8-10 लिख दो, दैट्स इनफ. बट टू गिव यू मोर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ दिस टॉपिक, आई एम डिस्कसिंग दिस इन डिटेल कि व्हाट कैन बी दी अदर पैरामीटर्स ऑल्सो. सो उसके अलावा हाउ यू कैन गिव द एड. तो आप और एक इंटरेस्टल एक इथिकल पैरामीटर है इंटरेस्टल एड में, दैट व्हाट एवर एड यू आर गिविंग, ओके, इट्स डोंट गेट डाइवर्टेड और गेट मिसयूज्ड इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ करप्शन. तो आप जो एड दे रहे हो उस कंट्री को, दैट कंट्री might not be having their institutional structures well developed, उनका ethical infrastructure इतना strong ना हो, and most of the aid or bureaucracy is not efficient. Most of the aid then gets diverted, misused, or get channelized in corruption. So in such a case, how to ensure that aid goes to the end person, okay, without being diverted in form of corruption. तो आप जो भी aid दे रहे हो should be given on a stricter norms, or after ensuring this basic legal norms to deal with corruption, etc. Are addressed. So mechanism to prevent corruption and diversion of funds, okay, so that aid ensures the targeted delivery of aid, that ultimate person gets the delivery of the aid, gets targeted. So to ensure targeted delivery of the aid to the deserving people and no diversion or corruption, okay, we need to ensure some legal frameworks that you need to agree with the aid receiving country, okay, resource challenge country, etc., that they agree with you on this basic parameter, and only after ensuring this legal parameter you need to give the aid. So aid will not get diverted in the form of corruption. So Transparency International, guys, is the organization, okay, that comes with as you know corruption CPI, corruption perception index numbers. This Transparency International, okay, monitors all the countries, many countries, and they come up with ranking, etc., and they even give the feedbacks to these international aid agencies that how their money is getting diverted or getting misused in corruption, etc., and how they can improve the legal framework to ensure the proper utilization of aid funds. तो ये Transparency International का भी example you can quote. So corruption, to address corruption is also ethical parameter in international aid. Then collaborative approaches to maximize impact of aid efforts and minimize duplication. फिर बहुत बार जो आप इंटरेस्टल एड दे रहे हो, बहुत सारी सेम कंट्री में अलग अलग एजेंसीज काम करती है, अलग अलग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन काम कर रही है, ओके, या कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक कंट्री में काफी इफिशिएंटली उस सेक्टर में काम कर रही है जिसका एक्सपीरियंस कैन बी यूज्ड इन सम अदर कंट्री टू प्रोवाइड द एड, तो इसलिए डुप्लीकेशन ऑफ वर्क होके रिसोर्स यूटिलाइजेशन अच्छे से ना हो, ये हो सकता है। इसके वजह से टू डील विद दिस वी नीड टू एंश्योर कोलैबोरेटिव एफर्ट। तो all international aid agencies should collaborate, all international aid receiving country, aid donor countries, okay, should collaborate with each other, and so that through collaborative efforts they can improve their functioning and also avoid duplication of work or duplication of aid efforts, etc. And feel more rationalization can be achieved while delivering the aids. So collaborative approaches to maximize impact of aid efforts and minimize the duplication. Okay, then continuous evaluation and learning to ensure aid efforts are adopted and improved over time. फिर आप जो भी aid दे रहे हो, you need to continuously evaluate this entire aid structures. तो जो भी आप aid दे रहे हो finally पहुंच रही है, what are the problems, loopholes, diversion, corruption related issues, how we can make it better to improve agency capabilities of the people, etc. So you can try to deal this way, try to improve the functioning of the aid. So continuously evaluating your aid structures and trying to create better and better mechanisms to deliver international aid. So that is also you need to do. So evaluation, constant learning and feedbacks, okay, is very important parameter while considering international aid. Then prioritizing well-being along with dignity of aid recipient country. फिर आप जब aid दे रहे हो, okay, you need to ensure well-being of the people, humanitarian principle, while protecting dignity एंड कल्चरल सेंसिटिविटी ऑफ द नेशन, जिसको आप ये एड दे रहे हो, ओके, तो वहां पे यू नीड टू इंश्योर उन लोगों की कल्चरल सेंसिटिविटीज, ऐसे ना लगे कि लोगों को कि आप जो दे रहे हो एड, ओके, उनके कल्चरल सेंसिटिविटीज को ठीक से समझ नहीं पाए कि यू कांट ट्रीट द एड रिसीविंग पीपल एज इफ अ बेगर, ओके, या आप कोई बहुत बड़ा एहसान कर रहे हो, या दे माइट हैव डिफरेंट रिलीजन, यू माइट हैव डिफरेंट रिलीजन एज अ डोनर कंट्री एंड रिसिपिएंट कंट्री कैन हैव डिफरेंट रिलीजन एंड यू कांट project that your religion or your nation is so great and it is helping you and your religion or country is so backward. So that kind of notion should not get created, and you need to ensure dignity, you need to ensure cultural sensitivity of the aid receiving country, okay, and then immediate aid to address risk vulnerability and systematic gaps. और ये जो है एजेंसी डेवलपमेंट, कैपेबिलिटी डेवलपमेंट, लॉन्ग टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट, कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन, ये लॉन्ग टर्म में हो सकता है, बट बहुत बार वॉर टॉर्न कंट्री या क्लाइमेटिक डिजास्टर कोई हो चुका हो इस तरह, या रेफ्यूजी क्राइसिस रिलेटेड इश्यूज, या टेररिज्म अफेक्टेड कंट्रीज, या जहां पे कोई रिवोल्यूशन हो चुका है, डेमोक्रेटिक कोलैप्स हैज हैपेंड, इन सच अ केसेस गाइज, ओके, वी नीड टू गिव द एड नॉट ऑन एनी अदर लॉन्ग टर्म ग्राउंड्स considering long-term perspective, but immediately to address the risks concern, address the vulnerabilities of the people. So most of the time we need to give aid unconditionally in short term to address the risk vulnerabilities of the people, or we can't think about addressing the systems, but whatever systematic gaps that might be present, but we still need to give the aid to address the problem of those people. So here again I have given you guys 5 more pointers, the parameters on which you need to give international aids. So overall, okay, I gave you 13 pointers of international aid. आप 13 लिख पाओ, that's better short में, और उसी में उसके मैंने एग्जाम्पल डाले 3-4, बट आप 10 भी पैरामीटर लिखो and 3-4 examples, that will be great. Okay, so that's how you need to model this answer, and you can use this same framework to write the answer. So thanks for listening guys. Okay, stay tuned for my other model answers of the UPSC 23 ethics paper. Okay, and also check out my previously recorded essay papers recordings of 2023 mains essay papers recordings, where I have given in detail the structure of the entire essay that you need to write. Okay, and stay tuned to my Darshanik IAS channels, like it, subscribe it, and for downloading the notes of this video, you can join me on UPSC Ethics 4 Telegram channel, where you can you will remain updated with my content data that I keep posting there, and download my Darshanik IAS app from YouTube, from Google Play and App Store. Okay, and on this app platforms of this Darshanik IAS, I will be launching essay and ethics courses soon in 2-3 months. So comprehensive ethics and comprehensive essay course, that one-stop solution will be there for you. So you can take advantage of that. So thanks for listening and stay tuned.